Welcome to Softcore History.
What is up? Welcome back to Softcore History. I am your host, Rob Fox, for the week. I am joined, as always, by Jake Goldman.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, happy 4th of July Eve.
Yeah, happy Pickett's Charge Day.
Oh.
Happy we won Gettysburg Day.
This is also coming out on 4th of July or 5th of July.
Whatever.
Whenever we feel like dropping it.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. But we're here on the 3rd of July recording it.
For you.
And I'm joined by Dan Regester, also sponsored by Lean Body.
Yeah, made sure to get this kind of in frame.
Dan's working his own sponsorship.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by Lean Body. Dan just drank that and then put it down on the table, but then for some reason made sure to fucking face the label out front. Like you adjusted it on purpose.
Right.
Are
Not
you
a sponsor yet.
Yeah, are you into them? Is that like a thing you drink a lot?
I do drink them a lot, yeah.
Does
Because I'm a lean body.
Does it give you diarrhea?
Yeah,
diuretic?
It does. Kind
It's
of like...
got lactose in there, yeah.
Mhm.
It's good.
So that's how I get lean.
Right.
You shit the water weight out.
Yes.
You should never have water weight.
No.
0% water. 0% fat.
Yeah.
It's the only way to
Always
live.
be dehydrated.
Yeah.
That's when you look your best. That's when you have abs.
That's true.
So, drink all night. No water.
Yeah.
Only vodka.
Vodka only.
If you
Straight
can,
vodka. No
everything.
ice. No ice in it. It's hot vodka.
Bodybuilders do that sometimes before a show.
Oh, yeah.
They'll just get fucked up the night before.
Why wouldn't you?
Sometimes, though, they eat just a little bit of carbs, too, on that dehydration.
No, you got to look extra veiny.
It can pop the veins out if it's the right kind of carbs.
Like what?
Apparently, a little bit of sugar
Okay.
makes the veins pop.
A little sugar.
Yeah.
Gets you a little tense.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, thank you for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe on Apple and Spotify and YouTube. Leave a review, 5 stars, and say you like us. It's just 5 stars on Spotify. There's no review, but on Apple, you can leave a nice message too. That helps us climb the charts, get discovered that way.
Please and thank you.
Blah, blah, blah. We also have a Patreon. We just recorded that episode.
We did.
So that'll be out Wednesday.
It's a nice unsolved history mystery.
Yeah, Jake did an unsolved murder, but it was really just a guy who jumped through a wormhole and was dead.
Extra content every Wednesday on Patreon, patreon.com/softcorehistory.
Yes. Lots of good stuff there, game shows, all kinds of. We just kind of fuck around and have fun. More content for you to get you through your week. And, just helps us become more independent and all that fun shit.
Yes.
And that's what you want.
Us
Especially
Unchained.
as we're about to celebrate our nation's independence. We ourselves want to be independent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Free us from these shackles of what are we chained to exactly?
I don't know, but I just feel like a slave.
Jobs.
Feel like a slave.
Day jobs, yeah.
Jobs.
Day jobs.
Jobs, yeah.
Make this our day job.
Make this our day job. For the love of God, do it.
Get me off the chain.
Yeah.
But it's July. It's early July. It's the middle of the summer. So I thought it would be a good time to do an episode about winter.
Cool.
Yeah. My wife is constantly playing Hallmark, which is doing its Christmas in July.
Who did that? Who came up with that fucking idea?
I want to murder them. I want to execute them in a fucking public square.
Is
That's
that
a marketing
Workaholics
thing. What's that?
Workaholics?
Christmas in July? No, it predates that.
It's like a classic marketing gimmick for like
Yeah.
selling things.
They were just out of ideas.
It's half Christmas.
So they were like, let's do Christmas again.
Someone's like, man, I can't believe we got to wait just as long for Christmas. Like, yeah, they were just like, we need sales.
Yeah.
So
Ugh, fucking hate it. Anyway, the amount of Candace Cameron Bure I've watched the last couple of days is unhealthy.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you're just saying words right now.
Candace Cameron Bure?
Fucking DJ Tanner from Full House.
I never watched Full
I
House.
didn't either.
Jesus Christ. What am I,
It was a Boy Meets
am I,
World guy.
100?
Oh, yeah. Boy Meets World.
Okay, well, she was the Topanga of Full House. I don't know what.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, she's pretty hot. She's
Topanga's
married to a ex-NHL player. She's like super Christian, but I guess she revealed recently, like, she's very Christian and everything, but she's married, so her and her husband just get fucking down.
You're allowed to. Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, dude, once that ring got on me, fuck. She's not married to Pavel Bure. She's married to his brother. But she's like, dude, Bure was burying himself in me every fucking day. Her words.
That's good.
Her words.
You don't speak about your husband like that. It's disrespectful.
She should know better, yeah.
Yeah. That's not very Christian.
I'm sure she got a caning for it, but it might have been worth it. It's the world we live in.
What's
Anyway,
your can of choice that you go with?
I like a nice big piece of sugar cane.
I was just about to say sugar cane is the only
Okay.
cane I could think
Like
of.
Singapore cane.
Yeah. Just a Singapore. I don't know what kind of cane the Singaporeans use
Pimp
for
canes.
their
Bamboos, they
caning.
call
Yeah,
them?
probably just some bamboo.
Yeah.
Pimp canes.
It's whatever Tommy Dreamer used back in ECW,
Yeah.
or when he was a WWF hardcore champion.
This is not going to become a wrestling podcast.
It might be.
You do that on your own time. I couldn't give less of a shit
Didn't you
about.
say like every comedian is leaning into wrestling now?
Yeah.
It's not even now. It's been a while. Like comedians love wrestling.
Like-
It's the showmanship.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus,
Well,
you got to imagine it's a lot of writers in that room.
that's my
Sure.
culture. They need to not, embrace it.
What, your backyard wrestling culture? You fucking smoking someone with a trash can lid?
I can't believe I'm not paralyzed.
Give it time.
What was your ring made out of?
So we built a few rings.
Oh my God,
Obviously,
yes.
we started with a trampoline,
Okay. fair.
and then we wanted to be a little bit more extreme. So we got a bunch of spare tires, put it in a park, put some plywood over the tires. There was a whole like how to do it yourself internet wrestling ring that you could build, and we built a decent ring in a public park that, of course, was immediately taken apart.
I was gonna say turned into a toilet, but
It's like the
That too.
man disassembled it, huh?
Yeah, the man took down my 15-year-old wrestling ring.
Yeah, I can't imagine the park workers there were just like thrilled to see a bunch of trash in the middle of their park they had to take apart.
like, god damn it. I mean, you could be worse. We used to get drunk in parks, like on the playground. So,
Oh, yeah.
and like the next morning, like kids would come out for school or summer camp, and there would just be like 50 Bud Light cans strewn across.
Yeah, but that was the magic of the public park was you never knew what you're going to find.
It's true.
There was a time under just a pile of leaves I found a handle of vodka.
That's
Like
That's a
Goonies
good
treasure.
day.
That was
Yeah.
a great day.
a
You were
good
in
day.
high school?
That was in high school, yeah.
Yeah, that's the best day of your life.
Oh,
In
God.
8th grade, I remember finding a 30 rack of Natty Light in a trash can, and it was skunked to hell, but we drank it.
Fuck yeah.
dude.
It was actually the 4th of July.
America.
So it was just baking. Was it like in a steel drum trash can?
Yes.
So you found Natty Light in a microwave, essentially.
And we drank by a creek, and we saw fireworks, and it was magical. And
God.
That's better. That is actually better than now. Like I could go to any bar I want. I could buy like nice cocktails, bourbon, a high class type of beer, and I will not enjoy it as much.
No, drinking nothing is better than when you're underage drinking.
especially when you first start drinking, too.
Yeah.
8th, 9th grade.
I wasn't drinking that early.
Oh, nerd.
I was like junior year, bitch. Yeah.
You suck.
Once I got a car, I was a little bit more.
Oh, yeah. You didn't want to start
drink
drinking
and
until you could
drive,
drive. Yeah. What's the point?
Right. It's like got to up the ante, No, I wasn't drinking and driving, but still.
We felt safe because we walked everywhere.
Yeah.
That was another thing in high school and middle school that I miss is just walking places.
Yeah. I
With
like
like a giant crew.
Uh,
Just like a crew of like 30 goons.
I lived in rural Florida, so not small town Florida. So the furthest rural.
Yeah. Thank you.
Rural.
Rural.
The rural juror.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so like the farthest we would walk would be like the gas station, which was like a mile and a half away.
Yeah, we go Wawa to Wawa.
Yeah.
That's your little pit stops.
I do miss walking a lot. Like with friends. I miss living somewhere walkable.
And just causing havoc in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Just complete havoc.
The closest I think we were to living in a walkable way in Austin was probably when we were all on Crockett.
Yeah, on
Over
South
there.
Congress.
Yeah.
I lived for a summer right before you moved here. I lived on West Campus, like I sublet for the summer, and that was great. I could just walk everywhere.
I remember you took me to Canaan
And
Abel's
so
and
we got fucked up.
And then I
fucking
remember
trashed.
what I did in like middle and high school, and I'm just like, yeah, kids are the worst.
Yeah, they're not.
They're terrible.
They're pushing every boundary possible.
Yesterday we were out to dinner at like 5 o'clock because the baby, and we were at just some like Mangieri's, like a pizza place, and there's a bunch of other shit around it, restaurants and everything, and like I could just see out the window there's like 6 or 7 teenagers just being fucking stupid assholes, and I really loved watching it. Like they were just
Brought
pushing
you back, yeah.
Yeah, they were just like pushing each other, probably saying the dumbest shit you could have ever possibly imagined hearing.
Be like, want to go to Busch Gardens, and then throwing their friend into a.
Yeah.
a hedge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're just fucking with each other.
That's awesome.
That is a good one.
I saw the most recent thing I saw. It was a while ago, but like I saw two teenagers making out in front of the propane tanks by the old South Congress HEB.
Sick.
But they were also smoking cigarettes, and the store security was like, "Cut it out." He's like, "What? We're just making out." And he's like, "No, you idiot! Stop smoking by the propane tanks." And they're like, "Oh, okay."
Love that. Well,
I love that though.
speaking of,
But like, if we're going, you said winter, Christmassy.
yeah.
I will say one last thing about being a shithead teenager. Did you guys also, when people had those blow up inflatables in their front yards of like Santa and stuff, just
Make
go
them.
tackle them?
I've
done that
we
before.
Arranged them to make it look like they were fucking things.
Okay,
Yeah.
That is quite apropos for this episode.
Oh.
Yeah.
that's way kinder than what we did.
That I think one time I took this house in my friend's neighborhood had like 3 of those like skeletal reindeer that are like Christmas lights, it's like a framed reindeer or whatever.
Yes.
We took a giant dog bone that his dog had, like one that's like this big, and we ran over there and I beheaded one of them. And then we made the other 2 fuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
We would
yeah.
always make the reindeer fuck.
And the one head under the other reindeer's ass.
Yeah,
Yes.
that type of
Decapitated head.
that type of shit.
Yes.
But anyways, this involves winter and that type of stuff. Jake, have you ever made a snowman?
I did during Snowpocalypse.
You did?
Yeah,
Your first snowman was last year?
was in 2021. Yeah. My first snowman ever was then. I actually almost froze my feet off because I was wearing Ultra Boosts, which are notoriously netted shoes.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I shouldn't be walking in the snow in those.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you were building snowmen when I was trying to find shelter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun for him. He was having a good time.
Yeah,
I
my
lived
neighbor.
in the studio for 8 days.
We let you stay at my place. We told you could.
Yeah, but you didn't. We didn't stay at your place.
Yeah, that seems like a you choice.
It was very much so.
Yeah.
I didn't want to stay with you.
He didn't want to
fine.
shower, anything like that. I
don't think
assume
we had
you
a
made.
shower.
I assume you made snowmen growing up.
Of course.
Yeah. I do. By the way, my favorite thing about one of my favorite college stories from you is that you guys be like, "Do you want to do some blow, man?" Because you were in college during Frozen or whatever.
Oh man, were we?
You told me that you guys would sing that to each other.
Yeah, Frozen's
About doing coke.
been around for a minute now.
2012, I
God.
think.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. I mean, dude, I have so many like one-off college stories that like I forget some of them.
Yeah. That every time that song plays and I hear it a lot,
Because you make it up.
Yeah,
he's just lying the whole fucking
yeah.
time.
My entire life is a lie. No, we did sing songs like that though.
Yeah.
Yes.
That-
Any
I-
Disney song that we could just
Bastardize,
bastardize.
yeah.
Yeah, we would do that.
Yeah,
I-
you bastardize any song and turn it into like a sorority serenade.
Yeah, exactly.
God, I hear that song a lot now, and that because of the baby, and I think about that every time. Like I hear that song once a week,
We
minimum.
We did "Fuck You Gently" to a sorority one time.
The Tenacious D song.
Yeah.
That's just
good.
great, though. I love that.
Yeah.
So making snowmen and snow sculptures has been a thing forever, and in fact, it used to be a lot more popular and intricate when people had nothing better to do, essentially, and weren't spoiled with the entire world at their fingertips.
Right.
When they had to like find shit to do.
Better time.
What?
A much better time.
Yeah, a much better time in life. The first image of a snowman appears in a 1380 manuscript, but I feel safe in saying that people have probably been making snowmen and snow sculptures for tens of thousands of years. I would imagine. Like, it snows at Karahan Tepe, and they're just sculpting dicks.
I was about to say Karahan Tepe's got snow dicks.
Yeah, 100% there were snow dicks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it feels impossible that there wasn't.
That was probably like a nice break for them from stone dicks. They're like, finally, something that we can
easy
mold.
one. Yeah, this will take like an hour. It's fine.
The Karahan Tepe snow dicks were immaculate. They were perfect.
Yes. The first, I'm sorry. So in the Middle Ages and on, artists from local artists all the way up to literally Michelangelo used to get involved in making snowmen and snow sculptures after heavy snowfalls. Since winter generally sucked ass before basically last year, if you live in Texas, people in cities would often take to the streets when it snowed to relieve their frustrations. They would have what was called winter festivals, which is sort of like supervised venting. The authorities would be like, all right, we're going to give you a little more leash, a little more leeway to go because it's cold, life sucks. You'll probably slit our throats.
I mean, it's still the same
Yeah.
way now. I remember growing up in Philly, people would strap like couches onto skis and then pull them with their pickup trucks or like their Jeeps and everything. And Yeah, once the snow came out, like there were no rules.
Society's rules really get cut in half when it snows.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of norms just fall to the wayside when snow hits the ground.
That's so weird. So like, it doesn't snow ever in Florida, but we are constantly having our rules cut in half. Like, we don't have snow, but we have less societal norms. So I guess like snow for you guys is like Florida all the time.
Can you imagine if it snowed in Florida?
Everyone would die.
Yeah, it'd just be the Thunderdome, essentially.
Be winter purge.
Fucking Mad Max. Yeah, winter Mad Max.
No, I think it is what human form should be.
What, when it snows?
That's human, like the humanity at its purest.
Yeah, you see ingenuity, you see joy, you see care, like not carelessness, but like carefreeness.
Yes, because like you're not going to work.
Yeah,
typically, you're not going to school.
You can keep your drinks cold wherever you are, just by setting them down.
You're building shelters sometimes.
I mean,
igloos.
There was many fucking November and December game in college where ice was not necessary for the cooler.
Yeah,
like the cooler was there to actually keep the beer from freezing.
That's crazy. Never had that problem again.
Yeah, there were some brutal ass tailgates. It was bad. But so people would get hammered. These winter festivals, people would get shit-faced. They would dance erotically, whatever that means for that time period. They would low-key bang a whole lot. They would make jokes at the expense of the ruling classes, create public art, so on and so forth. A lot of this venting, especially the public art and the jokes at the expense of the ruling class, were done via Snowman.
That is something I haven't yet experienced, is that snow day, like just bang sesh with whoever you're with. You know how there's like a rainy day?
Yeah.
You can just, 3-4 rounds or whatever. I feel like the snow version of that's much better.
It is. You keep warm. Maybe you order like a pizza halfway through, just a hot meal, just to, like I'm talking like a college snow bed.
Some like hot cocoa.
Yeah, 100%. It is actually like the best. Start drinking like 2 o'clock. I could go back.
We're going to do that today.
No wives allowed.
Well, my wife's going to be there. But
oh, wow. It's very nice of you, Jake.
Yeah.
It's not. No. Wait, hold on. I was saying we're going to start drinking
Thank
today.
you. Yeah, because I'm not bringing mine, so.
Right.
Dan, you have no wife to bring.
No.
Well, Katie, get ready.
No. It's not happening. I meant we're going to start drinking today at 3.
That is true. It's like, it should be like Burning Man, where you can't enter the tent unless you're with someone else.
Yeah.
Is that burning? Is that really how it goes?
I'm sure there's.
I think as many chicks as they
that.
want can enter the tent.
But if you're a guy, you need to bring somebody.
It's like a frat. It's like a frat. The guy needs to have 2 chicks with him.
You got to keep the ratio right.
Right.
Yeah.
Like 2-3 dudes show up and 1 chick. It's like, no. I mean, she can, but no, guys, to get the fuck out.
We didn't let people that weren't brothers into our house party.
You can't be a swinger if you're by yourself.
No.
Wait, did you guys let just randos into your house if they had enough chicks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it would need to be like a 3-to-1 ratio.
If you're recruiting?
Summer, yeah, for sure. But I'm talking like during the.
We ran an illegal bar operation with like thousands of freshmen at our house.
What do you mean? Just like having parties?
Yeah, we just had Thirsty Thursday parties.
Yeah, we had summer parties.
And it would depend on the party as well. There was some where it was like, no, it's just brothers and girls or
and
whatever.
We would always charge the dudes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, see, that makes sense. Recruitment for sure.
We made so much fucking money. I didn't really have a job in college. Well, I had multiple jobs, but no steady income except Thirsty Thursdays in summer. Because I would bartend and I'd make like $1,000 in a night.
That's crazy.
Good Lord. You only need to do that twice in college.
Yeah.
And you're good for the semester at least.
Because I would just charge all these guys that weren't brothers or like, potentials. And I'd be like, all right, $5. I'll remember your face. You can drink the rest of the night. And I would say that every time they came back.
Wait, you just keep charging them $5?
Yeah.
Just $5 per
drink.
well vodka drink.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Rip it off 18-year-olds.
That's
how they learn.
Right.
Yeah, it is. So at no point was all of this winter festival shit and snowman stuff more prevalent, or at least more documented, than during what was dubbed the Winter of Death in Brussels in 1511. Starting on January 1st, temperatures were below freezing for 6 straight weeks in 1511 in Brussels, so life was fucking dog shit. And this was one of only the many shitty things affecting the citizens of Brussels at the time, which was there was no Belgium. It was part of the Duchy of Brabant. I think it was under the rule of the Habsburg Empire, Holy Roman Empire, or whatever you want to call it. Habsburg family, Holy Roman Empire, blah, blah, blah. They were under attack pretty much all the time by the nearby Duchy of Guelders. There was a wealth gap that was shitty even for the early Renaissance, I guess. And, you know, the middle class and upper middle class, like the guild classes, were not doing great as well. The city was run by 7 noble families. The guilds had input too, but most of the public was just common street garbage.
Thieves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one is quite sure how this particular winter festival began, and if it began officially or unofficially. The first sculpture, though, is believed to have been commissioned by and helped built by Philip of Burgundy, a patrician of the city, one of the people from the noble families that ran it. It was sculpted outside of his mansion, and it was a super hot, super jacked sculpture of Hercules, who the Burgundians claimed they were descended from. So basically, Philip was like, hey, this is me.
I'm a super hot, super
Yeah.
jack snow guy.
I know you guys are cold, but I'm pretty hot. Just so you know. This is me. Because the snow sculptures were not just like a way for the lower class to express their distaste. It was also a way for the upper class and the church and stuff like that to be like, hey, we're pretty cool.
I'm going to start giving my snowmen, when I build them, abs.
Yeah, so these were not like rolling 3 balls and stacking them snowmen. These were like actual fucking sculptures. Because again, people had time.
Yeah.
People had time on their hands.
There was nothing else to do.
There was nothing on TV. There was nothing.
Well, to be fair, so do these children, all right, that are building the snowmen. What's their excuse?
Like today, now?
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
Take their screens away and see what they can do with that snow.
They just build porn.
Yeah, well,
It's just porn. Just
Dicks.
no porn.
shit don't change because that's what quite a bit of this episode is just snow fucking. But yeah, so Philip made that to just kind of like toot his own fucking horn for no reason. Not long after that, a political cartoon of a sculpture popped up showing a virgin with a unicorn sitting in her lap. I have no idea how they explained that the woman was a
How
virgin.
do you make that? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the unicorn's easy, I suppose. The virgin part, it's just like it's not fucked into her forehead.
Like,
or
that's
something.
a really tough. When you get that in Pictionary, like I don't even know how you.
Virgin
Yeah.
with unicorn in lap.
version. Like how do you even guess that?
Just like a draw some penny, then a little line through it, like no. And then a lady.
They figured it out. They knew how to sculpt snowman. Apparently, this was expressing displeasure that the Duke, who would eventually become Emperor Charles V of the Holy Roman Empire, was living with his aunt in Austria instead of in Brussels, where he was supposed to live, because apparently Brussels just sucked ass, as we already established. No one wanted to live there. Now, keep in mind, Belgium is like shitty France, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like France that sucks.
It's like boring France.
Yeah, it's France without the stuff.
Yeah. They got clams and fries.
They were
Waffles.
decent colonizers, right?
Well, if you want to talk about Africa, no one talks about.
We talked about Portugal the other day. Like, man, they really punched above their weight. Belgium.
Belgium
Ooh.
does too.
Leopold II, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Murdered 20 million African people while trying to harvest rubber.
Yeah, his hands free meant something else.
Rubber. Ugh.
Rubber plants.
People died for rubber.
Yeah,
People were
rubber was
slaughtered for rubber.
pretty valuable.
Yeah.
Before they knew what it was, like, I mean, they basically barely knew what it was, and they're like, well, this could be useful.
Rubber is extremely valuable and extremely hard to like get, I feel like, or like extract from the earth or whatever.
It's a plant.
Yeah, I guess I never thought about that. I didn't realize it was a plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun fact about rubber, by the way, a little side fun history fact here for everyone. Did you know that the gas rationing in World War II had nothing to do with gas?
What do I have to do with?
Rubber tires. They didn't want people to drive as much because the Japanese controlled most of the world's rubber.
Damn. I wonder if rubber is like it started as a plant, but now it's just like, you know, some sort of composite
synthetic.
chemistry.
It probably is, but at this point in time, up until World War II, even rubber was not easy to synthesize. Whatever, I don't know, but yeah.
So in a roundabout way,
Belgium doesn't exist right now, though. I should note at this point, there's no Belgium.
So it's still France.
No, it's part of the Holy Roman Empire.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
The Habsburgs run it.
yeah.
You were gonna say something about full circle, though.
I was gonna say full circle. Like, thanks to the Belgians, really, I was able to build a wrestling ring in in a public park.
Got the rubber.
If it weren't for
Leopold.
a fucking genocide across the continent of Africa, you wouldn't be able to play fake wrestler.
I almost didn't, or I should have broken my neck on a public park.
You would have deserved it.
Yeah.
Well, you win and lose with that, with the rubber trade.
Yes.
Dan won.
Africa lost.
Yeah, hundreds of thousands, millions of Africans lost.
Yep.
Hooray!
Also, I could stone cold stunner my friend.
I think it was worth it.
I think so.
Yeah.
The fact he's not paralyzed is also a miracle.
Yeah.
Oh, extreme.
Well, I mean, our one buddy did get paralyzed, but like, we don't really like to talk about it anymore.
Well, you're talking about it now.
We don't like to talk about it.
Yeah, you want to get off that? Or do you want to, how do you get paralyzed? Pile driver?
He stone cold stunnered him. What did you shoot?
No, it was a tombstone pile driver, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pile driver, I feel like that's how you do it.
And he was taller than the guy that tombstoned him.
That's not good.
So his head went down before the other guy's knees.
Does he blow into a straw to move now?
To talk, yes.
What? It's like a flute? He just plays notes?
He sucks in flute noises. He's R2-D2.
More or less, yeah.
I can't tell if you're serious or
He's
not.
not serious. Are you fucking kidding?
I don't know.
None of this is serious.
I have no idea. Like he's just like not even like he's stopped being friends with this
That's
like
a paralyzed friend that whistles to talk. Okay.
like works like the register at Wawa or something, and Dan like avoids that Wawa every time he goes home.
But the saddest part is it's the good Wawa with the good hoagies.
Yeah. So I bet what's weird is that guy somehow still smokes.
Why wouldn't he?
Like still smokes cigs.
He also whistles when he smokes.
Yeah. Well, he has to. So after those snowmen were built, everyone started building snowmen, and people did not hold back. Here are some of the snowmen they built, and maybe what they meant. Some of them definitely what they meant. Some of them maybe what they meant. So I'll get these out of the way first because these aren't really the fun ones. They built biblical figures like St. George fighting a dragon, Satan being portrayed as a local
St. George
guy who fought a fucking
He
dragon.
fought a dragon. It's canon.
That is canon.
I've never heard of him.
Never heard of St. George the
Why
Dragon
is he
Slayer?
not more prevalent, I guess, in the Bible? That's dope.
It's hard to explain that one away.
The story of St. George and the well, he's not in the Bible. He died in 303. He tamed and slayed a dragon that demanded human sacrifices. The story goes that the dragon originally extorted tribute from villagers. When they ran out of livestock and trinkets for the dragon, they started having to give up human beings once a
Sorry,
year.
the dragon wanted trinkets?
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty cool, though. I mean, dragons do collect treasure and
Yeah.
trinkets.
And now the villagers were
They
down.
eat them.
The villagers were down with this. They were down to give the dragon a person every year until the dragon wanted the princess. And then they were like, no way.
Line too far.
Yeah.
Come on, dragon.
They're like, can't you just take this poor girl? Like, take the girl who isn't a princess. But so the St. George rescued the princess who was chosen as the next offering. And then, I don't know.
I mean, that seems like something you shouldn't skip over. That's a pretty cool story.
The story's cool, but him fighting the dragon in a snow situation, I mean, it just is what it is.
Sounds like it would be cool to look at.
It'd be cool to look at, but there's not really a fun story behind it. Someone was just like, you know what, St.
What are you
George.
talking about? The story was fun.
That was a fun story.
I mean, the story why they sculpted St. George.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
There was no political meaning to it. They were just like, St. George is rad.
Yeah.
Let's sculpt St. George.
I know. It was just a footnote in what you were about to do.
There's a lot
That's why
of.
I stopped you.
That's fair. That's good. That's why we do this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of footnotes here. There were a lot of snowmen op-eds, essentially, a lot of snowmen cartoons. There were snow mermaids, snow zodiac signs. There was a snow tooth puller sculpted for some reason.
Tooth puller?
Like a dentist, but all dentists did back then was just rip
Who's
your
the
fucking teeth
dentist
out.
from Rudolph?
Yeah, it's just a guy with pliers.
It's like doctors with saws.
Yeah.
It was a tooth puller back then. It's
Yeah.
just like, all right.
You're a real one-tool pony.
Not even pliers, just a hammer.
Yeah.
It's like they go the other way back then. We don't pull them out, we push them in.
Either way. There was a friar with a runny nose, which I assume was hilarious at the time, but that seems to be lost to translation among other
No,
things.
humor doesn't always translate later down the line.
Really?
Look at old
What if we were
memes.
just huge in a country that did not understand English at all? Like us. They were just like, this is
Right now.
hilarious.
We just crush in like
Botswana?
Kazakhstan.
Yeah, Botswana, anywhere like that. They're loving the rubber jokes.
Yeah, they're like, oh, man.
Yeah.
That's
true.
racy.
It was terrible. These are the best ones, though. These are my favorite snowmen they did. The first one was a castle with a man hiding behind it and shitting.
That's awesome.
This was making fun of one of the city's military commanders who I guess had like pieced the fuck out the last time their rival duchy attacked. He was just like, there's too many of them. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
So they're just like, he's cowering and shitting behind a castle.
Yeah, and I want to know how they sculpted the shitting. Like mid-shit, just a pile.
Oh, if they were able to get like a little hanging out and a little on the
Yeah,
ground.
he's
Yeah.
popping a squat, prairie dog.
Yeah. I mean, look, like I said, these were intricate as fuck. Like these guys took time, effort. These
So
are sculptures.
There's a possibility that there was a snow sphincter with poop coming out of it.
Yeah, 100%. This is the equivalent of like you building a sandcastle versus those crazy sandcastles you see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For
This
like
is
competition.
legit art.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So this is actually my favorite one. There were several snowmen and snow sculptures mocking rural life. Keep in mind, this city is having an awful time. It's always under attack. Terrible economic problems. The noble who's supposed to live there won't because it sucks so bad. And they're still like, LOL, at least we're not nobody backwoods rednecks.
Yeah, at least we're not Hicks.
Which is the most shit don't change thing I've heard in a while.
Well, yeah, that's even like when people started settling down and creating civilization, they would make fun of
The
like,
hunter-gatherers.
Yeah, it's like we still do that.
This started the moment 3 people put huts together, they laughed at the assholes who weren't living in the huts.
I mean, what is Twitter right now except a bunch of people that live in cities that are depressed, but they make fun of
Oh,
rednecks and sunglasses?
that's what I was literally about to say is, you know how many people right fucking now, are living in LA and New York and Austin and are totally broke, doing nothing with their lives, not even close to living their best lives, just pretty kind of worthless.
But
who
still
basically
trying to have like a moral high ground.
they justify their existence by being like, at least I live here and not there.
Yes.
I can't do any of the cool things here, but I live here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Living somewhere isn't a personality.
Oh, there are few things in this life, few people I like less than the ones who sculpt their entire personality around living somewhere.
Yeah.
It does happen, though. But is it like a chicken or the egg situation where do people gravitate towards those cities because they're that kind of person? Or does the city kind of change them to be
I
that
think
kind of
Probably a
person?
little both.
I think there's a lot of people who get to those cities and life is really, they don't find the success they want, but they still justify the fact that they're there as a success as compared to where they came from. I know a lot of people like from St. Louis and other Midwestern cities that do that about living in LA and New York and shit like that.
But like every city has its own personality almost.
Yeah.
So we're like Delaware County, Philly, blue collar, but like white trashy. Yeah. It's like loyal, but miserable. Not really going to change what we do, though.
Straight shooting. They shoot straight.
Just kind of happy being miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
It's
just-
like, and if
they're
you're
in their
happy
little-
not being miserable, fuck you.
Yeah. You're in your little mud pit, you know where you are, and you're just like, all right, let's do it. Go Eagles.
Go Birds.
This is my hot take on this, by the way. Maybe no one in human history has been more unfairly shit on than the rural.
Yeah. What are they doing? Self-sustaining? God forbid.
Making your food.
Yeah, right. Like,
I mean, we dunk on the Amish all the time now.
they don't help anybody.
Like, and the funny thing too
They don't
is
hurt
like,
anybody.
they don't do anything. Yeah. This, by the way, like it transcends everything: race, gender, class,
Yeah.
time.
Definitely transcends time.
Like it always like a bunch of assholes move to a city and then they're just like, ha ha, you country fucking losers.
Oh,
you got a pitchfork?
Reagan? Oh,
You have land?
Siphoning? It's like, yeah, you may live on a farm and be able to produce your own food, but I live in a toilet. A sophisticated one. That's New York City in a nutshell.
Yeah. It's the size of your bathroom.
Yeah.
So one of the
$2,000
sculptures,
a month.
yeah, literally, one of the sculptures mocking the rural Belgians was a cow that was shitting and farting and also generally was smelly, which I guess was a symbol of rural life, although I don't know how good fucking 1511 Belgium smelled or Brussels smelled.
I'm just more and more perplexed by how they were able to carve, like, smell into the cow.
I know, stink lines.
Yeah, like, how do they make it look stinky?
Yeah. What if it was like there was just like a caption underneath the cow? Because it's like a political cartoon. It's just
Right.
I am smelly.
It's every political cartoon is an odd picture with explaining the joke.
Yeah.
It's just like, why do political cartoons have to explain the joke? Just be funny.
I hate political cartoons so fucking much.
It's like a cat with like a fat cat with a top
Right.
hat and a monocle. It's like then it just says "Fat Cats" on Wall Street, and it's like, wait, obviously.
Or like the caption something really stupid and not funny, like, "Why, yes, I think I will have more."
Yeah, it's like a cool.
It's like, but his table's full of food, and
Yeah.
and then like you just look, you're like, oh,
Because
they're
abundance.
greedy.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Neat.
so
You
dumb.
really have to hit people over the head with a frying pan for them to get it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The masses. Not,
Which in and of itself would become a political cartoon.
here I am again, kind of going off what you are doing. You're saying is I am making fun of the Midwest and the rurals, saying they wouldn't get the cartoon if you didn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. These
Making fun of
fucking
making fun of the dummies.
bumpkins.
If you don't live in Manhattan or Silver Lake, you're fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm sorry. I remember one time Tom, your brother, during an exec board shoot, tried to explain to me cold pressed juice like I would have never heard of it before. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, we live here. Like,
Right.
we live
Austin.
in Austin.
but then the best answer you'll get from someone like that is just like, "Oh, that's true. You guys are like, this is a really enlightened city as well. It's really like modernized city." And it's
Very
just,
progressive, yeah.
it's just like I gotta take a knitting needle and jam it into my temple at that point.
Yeah. Austin liberal wasn't like blanket liberal for a long time.
It was like libertarian liberal.
It was nihilistically and like creed based. Like,
Yeah.
Just like, leave me alone.
Yeah,
I'm going to do what I want.
like it's someone like on acid with a gun
Yeah. Basically.
in their house.
Yeah. It's
You
Hunter
know
S.
what
Thompson.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
not
much.
anymore, but
No.
it was.
There was also a nun seducing a snowman. There were a lot of half-naked nuns in various states of undress. A lot of hookers also sculpted for, I don't know what. I mean, the lower classes were literally just like, well, let's sculpt titties
Yeah.
everywhere. 'Cause we can't get in trouble for it because they said we could. So they're just sculpting like titties and dicks and butts.
There were a lot of like very smashed up, probably hooker sculptures by the end of the winter.
And
It's like they got railed.
I'm sure the nuns back then were very taboo.
What do you mean?
Fucking a nun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That had to be like a thing, right? Like a sexual fantasy.
Yeah, I'm sure, like, you know how every porn site now has like stepsister porn and everything?
Yeah.
It was nun stuff.
Pornhub in 1511 Brussels is like none.
Yeah.
Nun tube.
Yeah.
Be-
3 nuns catch
That's like
students spelling wrong.
Just breaking out the ruler.
Yeah.
God.
Got to tell you, not a fantasy in my day.
No.
I feel
Went
like
to
you gotta be a
Catholic
weirdo.
school, not a single attractive nun.
There
I don't-
wasn't one able to have sex even.
No.
They're fucking 100.
Was there
They
any?
were all
like,
100 years old and they live forever.
They
You
do.
gotta imagine
But they
it's
look
a
the
weird-
same.
The nun who's the principal of my school, Sister Rosella, I love her. She's been in hospice care for like a year.
We had
She just
Sister-
won't. They won't like. She's unkillable.
Sister Elizabeth, who just passed away at Our Lady of Fatima, who used to be kind of like the hall monitor.
Yeah.
nun. I guess she looked 100 when I was in 2nd grade, and she died this year, and she was only like 84. And I'm like, how?
You know,
How?
like how the slide looks bigger when you're a kid, and you go back and it's not that big at all.
Yeah.
It's how age works too. Maybe it's
Like a 50-year-old looks 1,000 when
Yeah,
you're
like, what
fucking
the
9.
fuck?
Yeah.
When do you die?
Yeah, I don't even know what I look like to like a 5-year-old, right? Like I probably look like just old as shit.
And the older I get now, I have no perception of
Age?
younger people.
Oh no.
Oh, fuck, dude. TikTok is a minefield. I'm like scrolling through that shit and I'm like, I don't know if you're 17 or 24.
No
I just
clue.
got to keep going.
Yep.
Like it's got bap. So and actually it's so bad apparently that they will post in the captions like I'm 20, which tells me they're not.
Sounds like something a 20-year-old wouldn't do.
So yeah, there was also a snow couple fucking while another snowman with a clear erection watched.
Okay.
There was a drunken man drowning in his own piss and shit. I have no idea how they sculpted that.
Mike Malloy.
I imagine it's just a snow vat. Where he's like, clawing out of the piss and shit.
As well, like it had to be like coming out like a thin string of snow
Also-
coming out of his dick.
And
what
landing
is
in
a-
his mouth.
Yeah.
But also
What
a
is
shit.
a homeless person back then? Like,
Someone
it-
without a home.
yeah, but
typically.
you really spot the difference?
Oh no, everyone's dirty.
Yeah.
Everyone stinks.
Yeah. I mean, between a middle class, yes, but like a homed lower class person and a homeless person, probably not.
No.
Probably can't tell much of the difference. Again, I have no idea how they post that. And then there was a naked, obese woman who had a nice pair, but was getting eaten out by a dog.
What do you mean, nice pair?
Nice pair of titties.
Nice boobs.
Oh.
She had. They weren't.
P-A-I-R.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't blame you for thinking she was holding a pair, because these are all fucking weird. So like, yeah, like maybe that would mean something in 1511. I don't know, but yeah, she was getting eaten out by a dog. She like the person who noted this, like a poet at the time. Cities had like their own poets to record things, and the city poet for Brussels specifically recorded that she had nice breasts.
Oh, so she's being eaten out by a dog.
Yeah.
I mean, this is talk about a tale as old as time. Everyone has that urban legend where a girl in your high school or whatever
Peanut butter
on Skippy. You call her Skippy or whatever.
Yeah.
Put peanut butter on her cooch and had a dog lick it off.
And the reason everyone found out is because, like, she didn't think anyone was home. Like, so mine, I remember, was she was sitting on the stairs in her basement and put peanut butter on her pussy, and the dog was licking it to eat her out, and she was, like, going bananas. And then the lights turned on, and, like, she didn't realize she was getting a surprise party thrown for her.
Yeah.
And, like, all her family and friends saw her getting,
Well, like,
I
that
did not
never happened, right?
I did not have this urban legend.
You didn't have that?
I
There was
didn't
always
have this
one girl in the high school that, like, somebody made
They
that
blamed
shit
it
up
on?
about.
I missed
Yeah.
that hot goss then because we did not have that one that I know about.
And it's always a girl that was, like, not too ugly, but, like, she was always a little off, a little weird.
Yeah, but, like, she could have gotten a guy to do it.
Yeah.
Didn't need the dog.
Didn't need the dog.
I'm sorry, anyone in high school could have gotten a guy. Like, it's all fucking kids are trying to do is get laid.
Oh, that was a good one. I liked that story.
Skippy.
Yeah, but mine never, like, no one got put. I never had anyone get that put on them. It was just like, yeah, dude, you
You heard
graduated in
about
like
somebody,
99. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Apparently, there was also by the city fountain, they sculpted a naked toddler pissing.
Oh, classic. Little Calvin.
And somehow that became the symbol of the city.
Calvin.
To this day.
Wait, that's still the symbol of Brussels?
Yes, it's called the mannequin piss, mannequin P, P-I-S, I think. So it's French, so you don't really pronounce the S on that. And the people of Brussels, it's a statue. Here, I'll show it to you.
Looking it up.
I got it. They like to dress it up, but it's just a little boy going pee-pee.
Oh, this is classic. Yeah. It's a classic kid peeing fountain.
Yeah. This is the symbol of the city of Brussels.
Okay.
Well, that's really on the nose.
Yeah. And they like to dress it up in different outfits or whatever. There's a permanent statue now. The snow sculpture didn't survive, obviously. And apparently...
I wish they kind of try to keep it alive, like the Olympic flame, right?
Yeah.
They just preserve it.
They just keep something cold outside.
You know, they could freeze stuff back then.
Could they?
Yeah.
During the summer?
I don't know if they had that technology, but that technology did kind of exist if you built things certain ways. Way before 1511, the Persians could build like these weird like
ice houses.
Conical ice houses. Yeah,
Listen, if they can keep the immortal flame of Al Davis alive.
Yeah,
we can preserve this ice statue.
I think we're good. So apparently, like the snow sculptor didn't invent the pissing toddler, and then they were like, "That's rad. Let's keep going with it." Brussels has a rich history of celebrating pissing toddlers. So the kid that was sculpted was probably based on something previous, and there are 3 stories that may have inspired the mannequin P.
Okay.
The first one is that in the 12th century, a 2-year-old named Godfrey III inherited the duchy that Brussels was in, and of course, battle ensued because people wanted to take advantage of the political instability of a 2-year-old being in charge.
So there was no regent for this toddler?
There was, but
Okay.
it's still it's in general. Even when there's a regent, that is generally political instability. So to inspire the troops fighting in the name of Godfrey III, the army's commanding general brought the baby to the battle.
Okay.
Put him.
Do it for him.
Yeah, put him in a basket and hung it from the tree branch so the troops could see it,
A bastard in a basket.
and they could be inspired. And it worked because Godfrey's army won the battle.
Why is there a baby in a basket inspirational? Why is that?
That's
They were
who
like,
you're
look, the
fighting
baby came. Yeah, that's who you're fighting for in the name of Godfrey III.
Things are insane back then, dude.
Nothing makes sense.
It's like, oh, the baby's here.
Yeah, this is the 1100s, by the way. So this is 400 years before this even. So they won the battle, and then when the nobles that were fighting against Godfrey came to pay their respects, Godfrey peed on them. So that's story number one.
Epic.
Another legend claims that when Brussels was under siege in the 13th century, 100 years or so later, its attackers planted a bomb at the wall to blow a hole in the defenses so they could attack through the breach. But a little boy spied them, and when the soldiers left so that the bomb could, blow up, the little boy took out his wee-wee and went pee-pee on the fuse and put it out and saved the city because they couldn't relight it, I guess.
He's playing fireman.
Yeah, he played fireman, literally.
Yeah.
So that's legend number two as to why the people of Brussels
Strong stream.
so adore.
If you're putting out a flame with your piss, that's a strong stream.
That
Right?
was a fuse flame.
But a fuse is kind of hard to put out, I feel like.
Yeah,
Is it?
Yeah.
it's tricky.
The last legend is that a wealthy merchant's son got lost in the big city when he was visiting. He freaked out, organized a huge search party. Eventually, they found the kid just happily pissing in someone's garden. And the father gifted a statue of his pissing child to, immortalize the event as a gift for all the people of Brussels who helped him search.
Pissing in public celebrated in Brussels,
Yes.
where I get cited at a UCF tailgate.
Well,
Yes.
you're not a baby.
I guess, yeah.
If you were a baby, everyone would love it.
True, actually. I mean, no one's writing my kid a ticket. Like, if my kid was just pissing in a corner
They'd be like,
at a tailgate, people like, oh, the baby, he's going pee-pee.
He's peeing.
Ironically, I had to write a 2,000-word essay about the golden rule.
Really?
What is the golden rule here?
Well, the golden rule was just kind of like the UCF ethics or whatever. But it was essentially I had to write a 2,000-word essay on why pissing in public could have potentially led me to being like a sexual predator.
The irony is that it was the golden rule.
Yeah.
Yes, I caught that. That was good.
What if you could have become a sex offender?
Yeah, I could have.
That would have been pretty funny.
Instead, I did 50 hours community service at a zoo.
That just sounds fun.
Yeah.
It was. I helped clean up turtle cages.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sounds like just playing with animals. We had this life hack of sorts. If you got community service from some bullshit like an MIP or something in college, you go volunteer at the Boys and Girls Club, and you do it on Thursdays in Columbia, at least back then anyway. Because A, you're just playing with kids, like playing basketball and shit, so that's not even fucking work. And B, every Thursday, Boys and Girls Club got free Taco Bell.
What?
Hundreds of tacos. These children couldn't possibly eat them all. So you were allowed to have tacos.
And played sports?
Yeah.
Fun.
That was how you were punished by the law.
Yeah, my scholarship community service, I just was a camp counselor. I just volunteered at a summer camp.
That's
instead of
fun
working
too.
there.
Although I will say one time at the Boys and Girls Club, one of the kids just shit in a mop bucket.
But wait, Jake, you were essentially Mighty Ducks it?
I didn't have court ordered community service. No, I did not.
You got to allow this drunk to coach these kids.
I mean, I was definitely hungover for a lot of it, but like my scholarship for school required a certain number of community service hours.
That is an outrageous premise, though, right? Man gets a DUI and has to coach children's
Dude,
hockey.
that happens all the time, though. Like,
Sounds right. And also
Yeah.
he worked for a high-powered law firm, so they could goose that.
He was a lawyer.
And but he wasn't repping himself. But
it's Gordon Gekko.
he probably knew he knew all the judges, and he, had a ton of pull. So yeah, he could just pull whatever the fuck Gordon Bombay is.
No, I like to think they're
The
both
same person.
Yeah.
All right.
After Wall Street, he had a kind of a downward spiral. He had to coach those kids to a win.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually kind of makes sense. He just gets off like super easy.
He changed his name to Bombay because he was a drunk and he drank Bombay gin.
Sure.
I don't know why.
Why not?
It's fun for me.
The mannequin P also has a sister statue, by the way, called the Genek P, and it is of a little girl toddler pissing. And I will now show you that statue.
Can you not?
No, I'm gonna. I
We're
had to
going to
see
be
it.
a list after this?
No, just Rob.
Well, now me.
I mean, it's a statue.
Yeah.
It's in Europe. Europe doesn't have.
Looks more mischievous about it.
Yeah, I mean, she looks like extremely mischievous. And in this picture, like you put coins under her piss stream. Like she's pissing on coins.
So they've been grooming for hundreds of years.
Yeah, it's really fucking weird. But actually, this one was
Bill
not.
Gates lives, actually.
This was sculpted in 1985 because they thought it would renew interest in an alley that was full of restaurants. And also they did it for equality. They're like, oh, we'll have a little girl pissing too.
For equality?
For equality.
Equality.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is the story of Jinniket Piss. Was not sculpted out of snow. I just went down this little kid pissing rabbit hole last night that I didn't know existed.
So you're definitely on a list.
Yeah, probably. I didn't know it existed.
Pissing.
Didn't want to know it existed. Younger, the better.
So Rob probably won't be here next week. Guys.
No.
We'll put a little statue of him getting arrested for looking at kids pissing.
Yeah. So it'll be a statue of me getting arrested and then also a statue of a child pissing, and I'm looking at it.
Well, no, it's a computer with the image of the child.
That's
pissing.
fine. As long as this kid pissing is still etched
the kid's
into
actually
something.
pissing on you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was never figured out if this ended up being an impromptu winter festival or an officially sanctioned one that maybe got really fucking out of hand. However, some snowmen were vandalized, and any vandals who were caught were harshly punished. They did not, even for the nuns giving blowjobs or whatever, weren't allowed to fuck with that. In mid-February, the weather finally broke and the snow melted, but so much snow had been built up and sculpted that it caused the city to flood.
Of course it did.
And so people had to live in their attics for a little while.
Oh.
I guess the hobos drowned.
Must have.
Yeah.
First floor people didn't make it. And you know what? Good. I'm glad they had to live in their attics.
One historian, though, alleges that this particular incident, where the political and social beliefs of every aspect of citizenry in Belgium was on display, it was dubbed the miracle of 1511. They say it forever changed the complexion of the city's politics, gave the public more of a voice than they had before.
Huh.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, transparency always brings things, you're bringing things to light. More people get exposed to different ideas. I could see that.
Yeah.
You know, even if that idea is somehow a virgin and a unicorn, a fat lady getting eaten out by a dog, and a kid taking a piss,
right?
Somehow that's good for society, I guess.
I get at some point, just art that is raunchy for the sake of being raunchy is important.
Yeah,
because at some point, sometimes you do just have to be like, yeah, I'm literally just doing this to push boundaries.
Yeah, you can make up performance art, but someone can find meaning in it or something like that. It's like,
right.
I sculpted a fucking Starbucks cup and
yeah.
it's full of liquid shit and the name on it is Jesus. That's you just, and there it is.
Yeah. I mean, that's why us as podcasters are some of the most important people in this country, with the art we're putting out.
Yeah.
Yes, this is art.
Think about how much better so everyone who was making these, nuns jacking off two guys at the same time or something like that, much better artists than us. Look at us. We just sit here and are like, well, let's talk about shit. These people took their fucking hands, and they would have a podcast now. What I'm saying is art is much worse now than it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're still more important than engineers, doctors.
Yes. They couldn't do their jobs without us.
No.
We keep them sane.
They don't even know how to get their information out. They put them on all these journals that no one has access to.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, if you want someone to read it, tweet about it.
We're transparent.
Yeah.
I like to say to engineers what Obama said to everyone. You didn't build that. You didn't build that. I did that. My efforts.
That's right.
Yeah.
Everyone did it.
Everyone and no one.
No one did it.
That's all I got for today. Who was today's Hitler?
Anyone trying to tear down the statues or the sculptures?
The sculptures?
Yes. Anyone trying to tear those down, I believe they're bad people.
I'm going to say the general that was taking a shit behind a castle because he was a coward.
Yeah.
Fair.
That's fair. I'm going to go with the general who brought the baby to the battle.
Yeah, you know what? That guy. That guy, bad choice.
But if you're not going to use the baby as a weapon.
Yeah. I mean, just what happens? The baby catches the stray arrow.
You could catapult the baby.
Yeah.
To safety?
No, at your enemy, and then they're just so horrified that you're catapulting babies, they run.
That would
They're killing their own babies?
Jesus Christ.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
It's raining babies.
These are not people to fuck with.
It's like, that's what we were going to do to their babies already. Yeah. They're doing it for what? I mean, there'd be no purpose in them fighting because they were trying to overthrow that baby. So if the baby was thrown at them, they, in theory, win.
Oh, my Hitler's wrong, by the way. I have a different Hitler.
Okay.
It's people who live in cities.
Yeah,
Us.
That's true.
We're
We
Hitler.
are.
Yeah. People who were like, well, I live in Austin. I live in Los Angeles.
And people
I live in
can
San
You
Francisco.
talk down to anybody in the rural area,
Or even just in another city, but it's like lesser than.
which we do all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, San
Weird
Antonio,
pieces of
suck our
shit.
dicks.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Denver.
Yeah, Denver. Fuck Denver. That's right.
No, I'm still on fuck Denver.
Yeah, fuck Denver.
Fuck Denver.
Hey, just dry up the Colorado River while you're at it.
Dickholes.
Because you guys need a torchies.
And then what'd you learn today?
I learned about the mannequin pee. Because
The symbol of Brussels. is
None
a
of those
peeing
stories
boy.
are good enough to make that your symbol.
No, none.
Like, I get having a statue, but the overall symbol for your city is a child taking a piss.
Right.
It's kind of funny. Yeah, most humor doesn't necessarily age well, except crude humor.
Shit, piss.
Shit, piss,
Dick,
farts,
Caca.
dicks,
Titties.
and titties.
Yeah. No, it's like
I mean-
monks in, I think it was like Catholic monks or whatever.
Right.
Snails and knights with dicks in all
Yeah.
the books. Like
Yeah.
big old dick fights.
At the end of the day, don't try too hard. Don't try to be overly smart. Just, dumb it down.
Right.
Like, if
to
you-
yeah, go ahead.
If you had to take one thing from comedy in our lifetime to make someone from 1511 laugh, for example, I would think you would have to do the scene in Borat where they're fighting each other naked.
You could honestly probably knock him out with a whoopee cushion.
That too, probably.
Farts.
But I'm just saying from a movie or something.
Oh, yeah.
Or a TV show or anything like that.
Jackass would be good.
Yeah, we're sending back one clip. I'm going with Jackass.
Yeah.
'Cause Jackass brings everyone together.
The penis ping pong table. that would be avant-garde to them humor.
Yeah, probably. Oh, man. Yeah. I also just learned, again, I'm sticking with my Hitler thing here, which is just like, the urbanites are the worst
We suck.
and always have been.
Yeah, it's a lot of caring about issues without actual action.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty lame.
And just like really unearned superiority
Yep,
complexes.
shot him from the ivory towers that we can't build ourselves.
Yeah. Don't know how to do anything. What do we do if all the roads are snowy? It's like, hey, does anyone have a plow? No.
No, don't know how to plow.
Brilliant.
That's all I got for today, boys.
Yeah, make sure to check us out again, softcorehistory.com for merch, patreon.com/softcorehistory for an extra episode every Wednesday. And leave a review, tell a friend about the podcast, and thank you for your time. We love you. I guess for Rob Fox and Jake Colbin, you just got soft served.
We have two ads, Honey and Ghost Bed.
I'll get those funds distributed.
All good. I don't care.
Just do it.
If you want to. How much is in there? A couple grand?
Oh,
Cool.
sick. Okay.
Okay. Let's start with Ghost Bed. Real quick, before we keep talking about snow boners, we do have some advertisers. First up, we got Ghost Bed. Go to ghostbed.com/drinking bros to get the best beds and bedding you will find anywhere on the internet or otherwise. Ghostbed.com/drinking bros. Their mattresses are incredible. All their stuff has cooling technology. You can get anything like king size, I think California king.
Which is a godsend right now,
Yeah.
honestly. The heat that we've been experiencing,
It is-
having just a nice, cool bed to get into is top notch.
Just brutal. Their pillows have cooling technology. Their sheets. I'm not sure if their weighted blanket has a cooling technology, but they do have weighted blankets as well. And right now they're running two awesome deals. The first one is a bundle deal. You get 40% off if you start with one of their mattresses and their adjustable base, and then build on to it whatever else you want from there. Pillows, sheets, more mattresses and bases, whatever. You'll get 40% off the entire bundle, the entire cart at ghostbed.com/drinking bros if you start with the mattress and the adjustable base. However, if you need to shop a little more a la carte, that is fine too. You can get 30% off of everything with the promo code Drinking Bros at ghostbed.com/Drinking Bros. Maybe you just need one pillow. Maybe you want like two mattresses, but you've already got bases, so you don't need the adjustable base. Whatever, 30% off your whole order, no matter how big or small, with the promo code Drinking Bros at ghostbed.com/Drinking Bros. Ghostbed, you can finance it. It's like $35 a month, 0 down, 0% interest. You don't need great credit. What else? Made in America. You could try it 101 nights for free. If you don't like it, you can send it back. I mean, it's just anything you could want out of them, from quality of product to quality of customer service and, ensuring their quality. Like, they're just the best at everything. Ghostbed.com/drinking bros. Next up, we have got Honey. Honey.com/softcore. Look, if you shop online, and we all do now, who goes to a store for anything other than groceries really at this point? And you want to save money shopping online, but you always see that promo code field in the checkout, but you never have a promo code.
Teasing you.
Yeah,
teasing you.
teases
Like,
you.
you might have one, but you don't have it.
Yeah, you don't really ever have one. Thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes is a thing of the past. Honey is the free shopping tool that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one it finds to your cart. There is an app, and you can install it on your browser as well, again at honey.com/softcore. Here's how it works. You're shopping on one of your favorite sites, maybe for shoes or electronics, whatever. You get to the checkout, the Honey button appears, and all you have to do is click Apply Coupons. You wait a few seconds as Honey searches, the internet. It's moving at the speed of light, but there's a lot of websites out there, so, it takes a few seconds. It'll search for coupons for that site. If Honey finds a working coupon, boom, it applies it, and you watch the prices drop. I recently did that for the hat I'm currently wearing. And I've done it in the past I think I did it for pizza once, for like a delivery. I've done it for a bunch of stuff. It has saved me money for like the last year and a half, as long as they've been a sponsor. And I actually had them before for a while too, but I forgot to re-download them when I got a new computer. But I've been using Honey for years. And dude, they save me like pretty much almost every time I buy something online. But yeah, the hat that I'm literally wearing right now was the most recent one. I've probably saved like hundreds of dollars over the years thanks to Honey. And it's just super easy to use. Like, it literally pops up and they're like, we found coupons. You want to apply it? And then you're like, yes, Honey. Look, it doesn't just work on a desktop. Like I said, you get the app for your iPhone too. No, I'm sorry. It's in the browser. So you can activate it on Safari, on your phone, and it'll on the go in your iPhone. So you go to honey.com/softcore. Sorry, no app, just honey.com/softcore. You can put it on your mobile browser and obviously your laptop, computer browser, whatever. If you don't already have Honey, you could be straight up missing out. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting the show, which we would love you for. I don't ever recommend anything I don't use, and I use this all the time. It pops up like literally every time I'm on a store. It's like super easy. You'll never forget it's there. So get Honey for free today at joinhoney.com/softcore. That is joinhoney.com/softcore for mobile and desktop. And then there's Today's episode is sponsored by Honey, the easy way to save when shopping on your iPhone or computer. Go to joinhoney.com/softcore to download it today. I did say joinhoney.com/softcore the whole time, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.